he's battling something in that game?
Yeah, we knew, but he obviously worked through it. But obviously got the news back that it's a little more than everyone thought.
I mean, you guys just got back together. What's the feel now? You got John and Mike on that line. What's the mindset moving forward here?
I don't think anything changes. Stay with the same mindset of just try to be attacking, try to be smart with the puck in our hands, make plays, try to get pucks around the net, and make good on our chances.
You guys have been without Austin at times in the past and have had success. What is the key to making sure the team continues in the right direction without a player this guy?
Just make sure everyone steps up. Obviously, there's big shoes to fill, but I think we have a lot of skill and talent throughout our lineup that can obviously not fully take those shoes on, but can do a very good job at it. And I think Bergie's going to do a great job at it. It's a player that I really think has really grown and became a stud for us, really, just watching him. So I'm excited to see how he does in this new role, and I'm sure he's going to take it on with the other two Swedes with head role.
What makes him a stud?
I just think his play, his brain out there, his IQ. It just seems like he's in a very good place at the right time, and I think our D really appreciate playing with him. It seems like for the D zone wise, he's always in the right spot. He's good at holding up people and getting in people's way, and he can snap some faceoffs back too. So for me, he's been a guy that's I've really enjoyed watching this past year.
How will Austin's absence impact the power play? Obviously now Bunting and that's on your unit. What's the feel like on that group?
I think it's the same still. Just try to be impactful, try to make a difference in the game when we get our chances. Obviously, you lose a guy that can score from a lot of ways, score from a lot of different angles, and make plays. But I think the thing about our power play is all five guys kind of can work throughout those five spots and not be afraid to kind of set it anywhere. So Willie going in that 1T spot, me going to the other side. Willie still got a great shot, can make a lot of plays off that side. So I think our mindset's just got to stay the same.
What's been your perspective on how Matt has handled things since he got pulled from that game? He's been waiting for that next chance, and now he faces his old team here.
Yeah, he's been great. His attitude hasn't changed at all. He's been a very supportive guy, and it's been fun to have around this locker room. So, he's a pro. He's excited to get back out there tonight, and ready to show out.
They've been critical of Ottawa, obviously. How much do you think Matt's benefited from being in a good environment like this and successful?
Yeah, man, I'm sure it's helped. I think our team's probably one of the teams, if you talk to anyone, that has a lot of guys around that are really here for your well-being and making sure you're okay, and always checking up on you. So our goalies get a lot of love from a lot of our trainers, a lot of our sports science guys, and make sure they're doing the right thing. So it's been great. These guys should yell louder, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quiet.
You know much about Ridley Gregg?
I actually don't, but saw that kind of thing the other game, and it's obviously a skilled player playing with that top six lineup, and seems like a guy that can make plays.
Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate it. What's it say about Austin that he got through that game? I'm not sure when he got hurt, but with a knee sprain.
Yeah, obviously, you wouldn't even notice it if. But I think he's obviously a tough guy. He's a great player and he's a big part of our team. So he will be missed, but I think we're all going to respond really well.
What's the feel of the power play unit? You've been on with that group, but now without Austin, you're there. What's the keys to success with that group?
I think just executing our plays and taking advantage when we're out there. Obviously, we want to gain momentum, even if we don't score. I think we want to build momentum for our team and continue that on. So. Obviously, there's still a lot of exceptional players on that power play, so I think we'll be all right.
John has got 8 shots in each of his last games. What's it going to be like to play with him?
Yeah, Johnny's playing great. Johnny's playing really good hockey. He's been doing it for a long time. Obviously, playing with him, I just got to try to get open. I know he likes to get to the corners, get to the net, and play a strong game. So I think Mitchie and I and him will complement one another out there, and I'm looking forward to it.
How much do you know about Ridley Gregg?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about him.
What's the impact on the room when a guy like Matthews is out? Just because he's around you guys, obviously. He's not on the same schedule. He's not preparing for games in the same way. What's that kind of impact?
Yeah, I think obviously anytime you see him around the rink, you chat with him and make sure he's doing all right. But Matty's a big part of this team, so I don't think anything changes when he'll be around the group the whole time. And I don't think anything will change with that.
How's he holding up in the immediate aftermath of this? Because it felt like things were getting going here.
I haven't really got the chance to talk to him really. We had a day off yesterday, and then I just came in today and skated. So yeah, I'm sure he's a very competitive guy and he wants to be out there. So I'm sure it's not easy.
What was your kind of reaction to this news?
Yeah, the surprise as well. I think coming in today, anytime you hear that, obviously such a big part of our team and one of the best players in the world. So unfortunate. Hopefully he gets back here as quick as possible. I know he'll do everything that needs to be done to do that and be ready to play. But for us as a team, obviously we have to come together and not really try and fill the void, but I think just play to our team identity and what's made us successful. And obviously, I think we've shown good depth throughout the season. So, opportunity for other guys to step up.
What's impressive most about Pontus?
I think just a really smart hockey player. Understands the game really well, and I think he's sneaky, really strong on his skates as well. He's does a really good job of protecting pucks along the walls, and giving a reverse shoulder time to time just to stand his ground and hold his ice, earn space that way. Very subtle plays that can unlock. Breaking out of your own end, getting through the neutral zone, or attacking offensively, and he's got really good instincts, understands the game really well.
Considering how important are guys that might not have 20, 30 goals and get all their love, that just seems to be a lot of the little things right.
Yeah, no, it's huge. That's how you have success. All the little details in the game, roles that don't get talked about or don't get as much of the love, like you're saying. So everyone's role is as important as everybody's, no matter how big or small, but it all contributes to what we're trying to do and trying to achieve. And he's been a nice standout for us this year.
You
Is
guys
that
have
why
had
you think
success.
you guys have a winning record when Austin has had these injuries and that? What's that doing?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Austin, he's one of the best players in the world, and the impact he makes is tremendous. So, we have to play to our team identity, and then, I think it shows our depth and guys stepping up in various ways. Not trying to be him or what he does or how he impacts the game, but just, what they do and what they bring to the table, and then how that plays into our team identity. So, that'll be tested again here.
How different is the feel in that power play unit when he's out?
Yeah, it's different because obviously, he can score, but also just the amount of tension he generates. So how it changes things from the pressure standpoint and things that we get from different teams and the looks and whatnot, breaking the puck in as well a little bit that we have to adjust on the fly. So there are some differences, but we've done some good things in the past. So rely on those and continue to adapt and look forward to that challenge.
Feels like you've always elevated when Austin's been out. Back-to-back games now with 8 shots on net. Like, how pleased are you with where you're at the moment?
Yeah, I'm just trying to play my game and make an impact the way that I know that I can and be consistent with that, with and without the puck. So, that's key for me. All areas of the game, that they're all connected and they're strong and believe in my abilities and what I've been able to do throughout my career to go out there and execute and make plays when they're there and try to make an impact that way. Getting 8 shots is always a good sign of things. So, keep up those habits.
What's your perspective on how Matt's handled things since getting pulled and now getting a chance and a shot against his old team tonight?
Yeah, I think he's been tremendous all year when he's had some adversity and he's played great hockey for us. He's obviously had a tremendous stretch early in the year and has really been solid all throughout. So at times our game hasn't always been great, and he's given us chances to win and won some games where we weren't as tight defensively as we'd like to be. So I know he's been working hard, staying with it, been a great teammate. So excited for that opportunity for him.
John, just get your thoughts on Easter Seals skate tomorrow, what that means to the group.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Obviously, it's been around in the organization for a long time. Nice to get back to a lot of those things that we've been doing in the community, and a big part of giving back. So it'll be a lot of fun to do that once again, and just to see the kids, the smiles and the fun the kids are having. That's what it's all about. It's very touching and always gives tremendous perspective for everybody.
Can you tell us about Austin?
Well, I think the release has been put out there, so I got nothing else for you. What, you got a question? Or?
What happened then to him, Sheldon? Was it something in the third or during that?
Yeah, it just during. I'm not, to be honest, not certain what specifically, whether there was one specific incident or anything like that. I noticed him in a little discomfort a couple times through the game, but didn't think much of it at the time. But he, was still sore the next day, so they brought him for an MRI, and there's an injury there, so it'll take some time.
Is it something related to the previous issue that kept him out a couple games?
Not at all, no.
Well, Matthews out, what allowed for Pontus Holbrook to be the guy to kind of move up in that center role spot?
He's a guy that obviously has shown well since he's been here with us, both offensively and defensively. You know, he's a guy that has shown that he could play in the league and help us. So there's an opportunity there now. We do have some other options that we've used in the past, but this is one we haven't necessarily, say for, you know, shifts here or there. But, you know, I think it's a good opportunity for him to just jump into that and see what he can do, and obviously we'll monitor it.
31-16-2 all time, the record without Matthews in the lineup. So you guys have had some degree of success without a player of this caliber. What's allowed the team to continue in a good direction?
Yeah, in terms of the record and the historical record, I'm not quite sure. Obviously, there'd be a lot that would go into that. But I think if there's anything we've learned about our team this season, it's we've been resilient no matter who's been in or out. For the most part, other than missing Austin for a couple of games, it's been the defense that's been beat up a lot, and I'm not sure where we're at in the league in man games lost, but it's got to be significant in terms of where we're at within the league, and it hasn't bothered our team. It seems we just keep playing. Obviously, you're a different team. I don't think you have to play differently, other than just more opportunity for other people and expect them to step up and do their job, and everything that gives us success when Austin is in has to continue, and you got to find a way to get that extra goal. You know, that's really what the focus is. But in my time here, whether it's Austin or anybody else out, we really don't talk about it. You just prepare as you do any other game.
Is there hope that Brody can get back in before the All-Star break, or at this point, do you just give him the extra rest right through?
Yeah, we haven't had that conversation yet in terms of weighing the final games here that are remaining. I know that he has been trending towards a return, and that conversation will be had. Obviously, we didn't practice yesterday. We'll practice tomorrow. I think that'll give us a better indication of where he's at. I think he's really close to being in a position to return. So it'll be a conversation that's worth having. But I think, like any player, no matter what the schedule says, if he's 100% and feeling good and ready, I don't imagine it would hold him back. But if he's anything less than 100, he wouldn't be in.
What made now the right time to go back with Matt Murray?
I just think we were probably pushed it a little bit with the workload for Samsonov. You know, it was a decision we were making about the other night, and ultimately just decided to keep him going. With Samsonov, that is. So as a result, then this is the game for Murray to get back in. So that's really it. Obviously, we've been really comfortable with how Sammy's been playing, and because of that, it hasn't given Matt as much of an opportunity. But he's back in here tonight, and I'm looking forward to having him there.
How do you think Matt's navigated having to wait his turn?
I think he's been great. He's put his work in. You know, I think he wants to play. He's a proud guy. You know, both these guys are competing for the net, and you know, like I said, Matt's going to get an opportunity to go back in here tonight.
Without getting too much into his issues with Ottawa last year, what do you think the winning environment here has helped? How has that helped Matt?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I obviously, winning cures a lot of things in terms of the emotions of the game, in terms of your mood, in terms of you know, coming to the rink every day, all of that. You know, that's part of it. Obviously, he's had the injury to start the season was a stumble for him, but since then it's been really consistent with his routine and his habits and all of that. So that's really, you know, been the focus with him. And like I said, you know, the schedule is what it is in terms of how the game falls here tonight. But regardless of who the opponent was going to be tonight, I think Matt would be excited to play.
What do you think has allowed John to generate so many good looks the last couple minutes here?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what specifically you would point to, other than he's been getting to good areas. You know, we talked talked a couple games ago just about how he really turned the game in terms of his pace and getting in behind defenders and hanging onto the puck and making plays. That's the kind of stuff, in that Islanders game that he's able to do, right, in terms of getting the puck to good spots. Look at his chance that he had at the buzzer the other night. He couldn't be in a better spot in terms of getting a quality scoring chance. So the more he's finding himself in that spot, and whether it's he bringing the puck there or his line mates getting it there or shooting it into that space, he's good and strong. He gets his stick available in those areas. So those kind of looks will come his way, and obviously we're going to need that.
What's the key on the power play for that top unit when Austin's out?
I think just to continue to work on. I think, and the puck hasn't necessarily gone in, but I think for me in the last certainly 3 games, maybe even a little bit beyond that, power play has looked as good and dangerous as it's been in a really long time. In terms of the quality of looks that we're getting, the number of shots that we're getting. So we just need that mindset to continue. And we played without Austin previously. We played against Nashville and same kind of setup, similar setup that we'll have tonight, I guess. And that group scored us a really big goal, so they should have some confidence in playing together that way. I think it's just about finding the chemistry and continuing with the same type of mindset that we've had. Because like I said, I've seen a real uptick in the performance of our power play of late, even though it hasn't gone in at the rate we'd like. If you really go back and look at it and you break down the chances and the shots, the volume of both of those things have gone up pretty significantly than from where it was and where it's been when it hasn't gone in the net previously.
Good sign for Mate that he's back on the ice here, but
Yeah, he's working his way back. I don't think there's no real timeline for return on him yet, but it's progress for sure that he's out there. I know he had an appointment recently that was really important for him in terms of how his rehab was going to go from here, and we got some good news in that. So I think that's why he's continued to progress.
As an offensive defenseman, do you think the fact Morgan hasn't got one in the net yet is weighing on him much?
I haven't spoken with him about it specifically. Doesn't give me that sense in terms of how he's walking around the facility or how he's, his mood or the energy that he's bringing to the games. I think it's natural, though, that you want one to fall. To me, he's been shooting, again, when I point to the power play, he's been shooting the puck more frequently. That's more what I look for, is just ensure that he's still confident to shoot the puck and not turning down opportunities to score. And I've seen an uptick in that sense, and if he continues with that, it's just a matter of time before it falls.
You haven't seen Ottawa in a while, but they played it pretty hard in here early in the season. What sort of challenge do you see on the other side tonight?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, it seems we always get the best version of Ottawa, and we expect that to be the case here tonight. But very dangerous forward group. They play very hard, a very good structured game. Elite on special teams, both power play and penalty kill. So lots of things for us to be concerned with there. Obviously, we want to do a good job on special teams here today. Look to win the 5-on-5 game, but they're a team that plays us really hard in particular. So lots of respect for them, and I think to that end, it won't be a challenge to get our guys ready for them.